What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Ladies First Panel. How are you ladies doing on this lovely Thursday?
Good.
Sober.
Dang. Not sober. Jaylee, I saw you. She said sober on St. Patrick's Day. I'm not. I mean, I'm sober, but I was trying to take a sip of my margarita and spilled it on my shirt on St. Patrick's Day.
What's in your margarita?
It's just straight. It's a bottle. It's like a margarita cocktail. I got it from Target. It's called Flybird. It's 15% alcohol, and it's really good, especially for people who like sweet drinks.
Where you got it from again?
Island today.
Target.
I
can have good little drinks.
They do.
I need some mixing. I ain't got no water. Girl, I need some water.
You know I got that on lock too.
You know I got mine.
I got water. It's not cold. I need coldness in my throat. It soothes my throat when it's cold, not when it's warm.
You like cold water?
I like ice cold water. Like this, it's a bottle right here, and it's a bottle right here, but they're both like now room temperature, so I can't drink.
Oh.
I do not like. I need
this type cold water.
Cold water. Yes, I need some frost on it. You know, I need to feel it. Like burn my hand a little bit, and it's cold. That's what I need.
That's what you
I prefer my water room temp.
My mom
I try to alternate.
No, it's the same.
Yeah, I try to alternate.
But you know what? I don't drink any warm drink. I don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee. Anything warm. I'm weird about. I'm weird about warm things. So you know,
I'm not.
But do the zit be cold? JD,
no, that's warm. That's warm. I like I like warm meat. In my throat. I like warm. Fillage of the throatness. But like any liquid that go down my throat,
right?
It can't be.
It can't be warm. Got you. Okay, I was wondering. Just wondering a little bit. Just a little bit. Had to ask, girl.
But I'm
sober too.
Later.
When I drink warm water, though, I will say, like, after I eat a meal and I drink warm water, I can feel it like push stuff down. Versus with the cold water, I don't really feel that. They say it's better for your digestive system when you drink like the room temperature. Room temperature, not so much as warm, but room temperature.
COVID. I won't bring no more.
Good night.
Well, now we ain't sending out no misinformation. What alternative facts? They gonna put one of them warnings on the video.
Okay, hello, whole warning on the video. All right, y'all. Well, you guys see that we are missing one of our members, which happens to be Miss Bondy Blue. All right. She is having a wonderful, wonderful time on vacay with her husband. So we definitely send her love. Okay. And she definitely going to keep you guys updated. Period. So make sure that you follow the IG. Period. Okay. If you want in on the trip, you might want to go follow her on IG. All right. So there's that. So first of all, let me just say this. Y'all know I do my segment on my channel called This Is Messy. So I just got a question that I want to ask OLFP. All right. So this is a question from these young ladies, 6 brown chicks. I love when people send in their questions. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on this, okay? This one is question 3. It says, I told my baby daddy and his mom to watch our newborn while I went to Miami for surgery. I came back the next month and they dropped my son off at the firehouse because the baby failed the DNA test. I got my baby back, but he's pulling away from me. I still love him. Help. How can we help them? Look at Necey face.
I am confusion. Not you want to
buy what part she want to help on?
Facts. And then came back a month later after a newborn. It sounds like she don't even need help with the baby. She need help with getting the man. Talking about he pulling away from me.
But yeah, it's the baby pulling. It's the baby pulling back, or the dude.
I was thinking that at first.
If the baby is, he may not like a new body, but I feel like it's the dude. So what? Like you should not You should not drop a baby off to somebody who you may think may not really be the daddy. And my thing is, did she know a DNA test was coming? Like, did he sneak and do one? Like,
yeah, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they sneaked and did it.
You know, they say firehouses is a safe haven for, abandoned babies. So at least he didn't put them out on the porch. He took Firehouse 51, in the blanket, here go that lady baby. She'll be back in a month, tend to him as you will. He's not my job no more.
But they could have kept their baby though, Jaylee. They could have kept their baby till that lady got back.
You know how much gas costs to go get diapers and formula? I gotta spend my
inflation is high.
Honey, is she ought to get her ass done?
I'm confused because I'm looking at this two ways. What is she talking about? Is she saying, okay, the worst case scenario? I'm just shook because the way I'm reading it is she got the child back, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a possibility that she left that baby at the fire station and she got her man back.
Ooh, B.I.T. I didn't. Ooh, girl, that hurt.
When she said, I still love him, that could also mean that she chose the man over her child.
Oh, my God.
Well, I
got my baby back, but he's pulling away from me. I still love him. Girl, it do sound like she went and got that man back and not the baby.
Well, that's even worse. I mean, her first problem was going to get a BBL in Miami when she don't live there. I mean, and you need to, why didn't your
mama that's what all the girls do, Jaylee. They got
not with a new baby.
No, not with a new baby.
Not with a newborn. BBLs. And I thought the newborn was pulling away from her, but I'm like, he don't even know you like that. Like, of course he gonna pull away. But when you hear the part where she says, I still love him,
it's the man.
I'm thinking about Necey now. I'm like, ooh.
Did
she get the man back?
All day. But I'm like, why not leave a baby with your mama?
You didn't need no damn kid anyway. If you leaving your newborn for a month to go get a damn BBL. So
he probably got a DNA test from CVS, swabbed the baby mouth and said, give me some immediate results. And they said, son, you are not the father. He probably ran around in the room and said, mama, pack up his station wagon, get his diapers, his formula, take him to the firehouse, and we go buy a little man. Your mom will be here in a couple weeks. But I want, did she know, how did she find out her child was at the firehouse?
They had to have told her.
He told her if she still loves the man that she's with. If she still loves the man that she's with, he told her, we dropped the baby off at the fire station and she's still with the man.
That is I'm trying to figure out how long the baby been at the fire station before she got the baby back, whether it's the man or the baby.
Well, see, that just shows some folks don't need children. A lot of people do not need to procreate. If you went and got a BBL after having a newborn, left it with a potential baby, not the real baby, a potential baby daddy for a month, and you came back and the baby was gone, and you didn't kill that man, or at least make him, at least cripple him, at least break an ankle. You don't care about that baby, so you don't deserve that baby. Give that baby to somebody else. Give it to Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They can add another baby to that money. I got a big house.
You're about to make Necey snatch her earring out.
Yes, you have me in turn my head. What?
They got, they good parents. They are accepting parents. They are loving and understanding parents. They'll take a little firehouse baby.
Oh my God.
Next, I want to know, at what point did this man and his mama say, go get that baby tested? Because his mama was in his ear. That baby ain't yours.
They probably they wanted the lady to be gone to test them, so she couldn't stop the testing.
That's why they agreed to watch them while she was gonna be gone for a month. Because that's all they needed was to get the results.
Because it takes I wonder how long the DNA test take though. It would take
they got the ones you can get from CVS.
Let me see.
Maybe like 3 weeks.
She needed a time.
I think it's quicker than that. I think they have some you can get from the convenience store.
They do have them. I have seen them.
I feel like a DNA test should take as long as a pregnancy test.
I thought you just ship it off.
I think that's how long they take.
Google like, bitch, what you be Googling
Y'all
me for?
tell us. In the meantime, thank you so much, Black Royalty 88, for the super chat. Love you, ladies, and can't wait to hear your conversations on the Candy and the Gang. Okay, I watched each individual review, so I know what y'all thinking. Ready for a great night, beautiful Black queens. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super
They
chat. We
say most
appreciate you.
results are done within 2 weeks from the date when they got the samples. So the month she needed for her ass to heal was just enough time for him to get the test done, get the results, and pack that baby up and drop it off. I don't think you should drop it, but it's like, what? Because it's like, if it's not your child, am I wrong for saying it ain't my kid? So I don't have any. I drop it off at a safe location. That's where they take abandoned babies. So it's like, that part isn't wrong. But I hope someone told old girl, like, hey, your baby with the other man is at 551. Go holler at it. Because
I just hope that when I think about Necey's perspective, I hope that he did not go back to her, if that is the case, when this baby wasn't even yours. Like, why would you go back and get yourself in a situation like that? That would be crazy.
They're both trifling. I mean,
money.
Who would agree to watch a kid for a month while she gonna get a BBL on a fresh baby? They both trifling individuals.
Because he want to avoid child support. I will watch your child for as long as it takes for a DNA test to avoid paying child support for 18 years. It's cheaper. The DNA test is cheaper.
But that could be right. And he hurried up and dropped the baby off at the firehouse because he didn't even want to give no type of support, because sometimes what the judges will do, if you've been taking care of this child, they'll make you continue to pay for that child even if the child's not yours. Okay, so he probably was like, oh, let me go and drop him off. I don't even want them to get the wrong impression. Let me go ahead.
That's why Zach was jail on sisters for DNA for a baby that wasn't his.
Who did it?
On sisters.
Zach
got arrested because some lady said that she was the baby daddy and he ain't paid child support in 3 years, but he didn't even know. And he was in jail.
I thought she was saying that Karen's baby ain't his baby. I thought she was
spoiling. That's what I missed.
Because I haven't watched it.
I didn't see last week. Yeah, I didn't see last week.
Karen pregnant at all. Karen lying.
Karen probably lying. But let's go ahead. Let's move on to some other things real quick. Like, we want to get into the fashions, guys. So let's talk about that. All right, y'all. So this past weekend, I believe it was, the 2022 Critics' Choice Awards ended up, happening. And a few of our faves went. So I want to just go ahead and analyze some of these looks. And we're going to start off with Serena Williams, Miss Halle Berry, and Venus Williams. Now, I actually like how Serena looks here. I like the dress. I like the simpleness of it, but then the extraness on the side. I like her hair and makeup. What I don't like is she ain't smiling. She looked like she didn't want to be there just a little bit. Maybe she was giving a fierce look, and y'all know how it be, I guess, when you doing so many different poses and stuff, and they be snippity snapping. But I thought that she looked pretty cute for the most part. Yeah, and Holly looked ordinary as hell to me. I'm not crazy about her outfit at all. Is that velvet for real? Or I'm not sure. But it got the arches at the top like Catwoman. Did she play Catwoman at one point?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, yeah, the arches. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all see it on the vest, but it got like these little pointy arches at the top that looks like I guess like cat ears. She still looks gorgeous. You thought it was what?
You know how whenever you accidentally mark up a picture on an iPhone, that's what I thought.
Oh.
So I thought somebody marked it up.
They probably might have.
I think because it's I guess like a tux or suit jacket. I think that's why it goes up as high. They just added the extraness to it. But I mean, she looks cute. I'm not crazy about her outfit, but some part of me feels like maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like Holly ain't got to do a whole lot of trying in this day and age, But I think she looks great. I actually really liked how Venus looked. I've never really seen her dressed like this at all, even with like the shorts underneath and the drapings coming down. And the face is serving for me. It's definitely a star. I mean, it's interesting. She and her sister, I guess they both decided they was gonna wear gray. But I thought she looked really cute. What are y'all thoughts about it? Hold on. I'm sorry, Necey. I gotta go back. I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me.
Why?
I really like Venus's look, but now that I'm thinking about it, this is the Critic Choice Award. That actually is not an outfit suitable for that type of event. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. Sorry.
Did you hear me laughing? I was laughing. Okay. Let's start with Serena. Serena looks amazing. I love me an overskirt, side skirt. Love the simple silhouette. I like the straight face because she's just giving face. She looks really good. Can you tell, was her hair long or was it thrown behind her shoulders, or is that a bob?
It looks like some. I don't know.
Serena?
You talking about Serena?
Yeah, Serena.
That's a great question. I don't know.
It
looks like it's thrown over her shoulder. It's a bob.
Yeah, look, the hair looks shorter in the front on her picture I just zoomed in on.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. I like it. Halle Berry. I just start laughing because she's giving the I got mixed kids haircut. You know, the ones who drive the Nissans and they got a son named Jada. That's what she was giving. She got a son named Jaden. Now, I'm not here for that outfit at all. And then when it comes to Venus's hair is beautiful, her face is beautiful, body, but the dress is giving Windsor. Y'all got that story? Y'all got Windsor?
It is giving
It's giving Windsor. You know, whenever the girls need something to wear to homecoming or prom last minute, they go in there, they buy that $50, $60, $70 dress and they call it a day. Then you show up to the dance and 3 or 4 people got the same dress. That's what
I think we call it David's Bridal here.
Oh, well, that's different. Windsor is different than David's Bridal.
I thought you meant Windsor's Castle. I thought talking about the Queen Elizabeth and I'm like, Windsor Castle?
Think about your closest. Think about, you know, the little boutique Fashion Novas, the Asian type stores. We got them down here called Papaya, Frenzy, Windsor. Yes. That's what it is like.
See, we don't have much of that here. It'd be like, yeah, we don't have those little stores here like that. So that's why I was like, I thought she was talking about a castle. I'm like, maybe she going to see Queen Elizabeth.
No, that's the store. Go look up Windsor after or while we do this, Jaylee. Go look it up so you can see what I'm talking about.
It looks flowy. I like Serena's outfit. I think she had better pictures of how she looked and posed. This is a weird one, so I get how Jami feels too. But I do think her outfit looks amazing. I don't mind Halle's outfit. I don't like the corset. I think had she had on a plain white shirt under that, it would have been fine. But it's the corset that makes it look weird. But I love the cut of the pants. I love the jacket. But it's that corset that make it look like, what are you doing? Don't do that. I don't like her hair. I don't understand it. But I'm like, at this point, she's Halle Berry. Like, you know, she's like, I don't give no fucks. And Venus, I just wish somebody themed her dress. Like, this shows the wrinkles on the dress, and that kind of aggravates me. But I saw a photo of her from the front, and from the front, the outfit looks amazing. But this is not the best look at all. And I was like, Jesus, fix it. But I like Venus's hair. I don't think I've ever seen her with like straight black hair. So it makes her look different. Like, to me, she looked like herself, but not herself, but still herself. So, you know, I just didn't want her dress to be steamed up. Steamer.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Jami could not be here. We don't know it because we can't see her. What if Jami got off and we just don't know? What if that happened?
That's exactly.
Y'all, while I'm over here talking and forgot I put myself on mute. Embarrassing.
Oh, good. I was like,
embarrassing. I was saying that this outfit was truly giving Windsor.
Yeah, y'all have a Windsor, Jami?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's giving Windsor.
We don't have that here. You know, Detroit different. Detroit, you got, you know, gators and leather coats and weird furs and, you know, Cartier glasses.
Like when Jada mentioned the wrinkles, I was like dead ass Windsor for sure. Definitely giving that energy.
But they have wrinkles in them. They shouldn't have wrinkles in their clothes.
Not all, but some. Not all, but some.
That
Yes.
is sad.
Correct.
Even the purse is giving front of register. I mean, she looks beautiful, but they steered her the wrong damn direction. I'm mad at her team.
I am too when you compare her outfit to her sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
They went in a completely different direction with her.
It's the Windsor at 12 Oaks.
Not 12 Oaks.
Yeah.
That's a mall here.
Gotcha.
Windsor is always in a mall.
When I say I have never, I was like, why is she going to the Queen? I was so confused. But sometimes it happens because I'm old, so I whatever.
I got another set for us, and that's the couples actually. So we have Taye Diggs and April Jones. We have Joshua Jackson and his wife, I believe, Jodie Turner Smith. And we also have D. Will Smith with the Jada Pinkett, honey. Now, I like the chocolate on Will, but it's something about that vest that I'm not crazy about. I don't know what other color he could have went with, but I feel the same way about them for the most part as I do about Halle Berry. They ain't really got to try a whole lot of hard, for real, for real. Jada, I actually liked her look. I like her simple dress, super cute, the goldness of it all, the bald head, loved it. I mean, they look good together. The only thing that I'm not crazy about is just the under piece on the jacket, the best part of Will. I think to me, Jodie is gorgeous to me. Gorgeous.
But,
and that color is very, very pretty. I thought she looked like a princess to me. I don't know about her husband, but she do. I was like, he could scoot over just a little bit, just scoot out. We just want to get a picture of Jodie for a second. He's handsome though, so they look good. And I really liked April's outfit. Y'all, April has stepped up, girl, in comparison to Fizz and the others she was out here caught with, whatever. I actually enjoy her and Taye together. I like them. He looked really good. I love the jackets. I like the feathers on the dress with the splits. Like, they look good. What are you all's thoughts?
I feel like April had to grow up. And I think Taye Diggs is her grown up relationship. Not saying that she get married or whatever, but I do feel like there's a difference in both him and her, with them two together, that I like. And they both look amazing. I like when I seen the people who styled her saying they wanted her to I forgot what word they used, but they just wanted her to look, great or whatever. And I'm like, she looks great. She looked like a A-list actor's girlfriend. Like, she don't look like, the chick from Love and Hip Hop who messing with Taye Diggs. And I like how they kind of not upgraded her, but made sure she looks appropriate for where she at, who she with, and hopefully where she going from here. I think Taylor's great in the suits. That's great. Also, her outfit reminds me of somebody else did something like that. I can't remember if it was Lizzo or Leslie. It was somebody. Okay, I think it was. It was Laverne Cox, who has something like that, and I did not like it, but I like it on April. Middle couple, I can't think I just got her name that quick. I don't like her outfit. I think I hate outfits where you can see the connection between like these pure satin and then some ruffle stuff. It looked like the color was beautiful. She looks great in her face and her hair, but I don't like the big ruffle around the neck and then the extra material on the bottom. It just doesn't work for me. I think Will and Jada looks amazing. I love Jada's headpiece. It was real simple that you couldn't see. I think because she posted it on her IG. I loved her golden embroidered dress. It was great. I mean, Will is Will. Will can wear a suit. The brown vest is different, but I'm like, it's Will Smith. It's Will Smith.
Right. That's how I was feeling too. I don't know. Gosh, I keep thinking about all these characters and who I can name these people to be. I'm not feeling Will's vest at all. It's messing up the whole thing. Even the suit ain't really giving like that. It's just looking really, really regular. It's giving Deacon. It's giving Sherlock Holmes. So I'm not really here for it, Will. Jada, I like Jada's dress a lot. I do. I kind of feel like it's really, really long. just because we can't see even like the peep of her toe, or maybe it's just because she's standing next to Will, she looks even smaller than what she is. But the dress is nice. You know, I'm just being picky at this point. The dress is nice. She looked good. So, Jody, what's her husband's name?
Joshua.
Joshua Jackson.
Yes, very handsome white man, honestly. I rarely say that.
A famous actor too. He was on like I think One Tree Hill or something or some.
Yeah, was he in the Mighty Ducks or something like that?
I don't think he was in Mighty Ducks.
Was he?
Well, I think he was. I think
he must have been a kid though, because I don't remember him as an adult.
He wasn't the coach.
No, that was Emilio Estevez. That's Charlie Sheen, the brother.
Oh yeah, he was a kid. It was when he was a kid, child actor.
He was
one of the main characters.
Movie? Yeah, I knew I had seen his face before, but I do remember that movie because I played it on rerun on Disney all the time.
He was on Dawson's Creek. Okay.
Okay, so very handsome white man. Rarely say that. He looked good. Now Jody, she's a beautiful woman. I love Queen and Slim, so I actually have like silhouettes of her all around my house. She looks hot, AF, hot at the head, hot in the dress, and the only thing that's breathing is her arm. That's the only thing that's breathing. She just looks hot. And I saw a video of them, and he was like admiring her and fixing her hair, and they zoomed in. I love a good updo, but she also had that headpiece on. The headpiece is so big that you couldn't even see like a part in her hair. It just looked hot. April, when I saw this, I sent this to the group chat, and I was like, damn, April looking like black. And I didn't mean like the color of her skin was looking black. I just meant when I saw her, I just thought that Tay was on the red carpet with a black woman, like 100% black woman. Usually when I see April, she be giving Blasian a lot of the time. But when I see her here, she looked like just like a caramel black woman. I didn't realize it was her. But she still looked really beautiful. She does look beautiful. The dress is nice. The leg is giving. And I have to say, this is the first time that whenever I saw her and Tay together, I was like, okay, I could tolerate seeing them together as long as they are not making videos. When they make videos, to me, they're hella annoying. They actually match together. And Jaylee, you said that this is her grown-up relationship. I don't know about it. I really don't know. They are the most random coupling to me ever. And honestly, I feel like this might just work because Tay might just be as foolish as she is, because we really don't know what Tay is like in his relationships. So they might match each other's foolery. But either way it goes.
The one was crazy.
You said what?
Because he would do like videos on IG, and it would be like the most randomest, funniest stuff where he's not afraid to, like, make a fool of himself. So seeing them two doing them TikToks, it kind of makes sense.
Okay. I never saw his solo videos before.
I
prefer them in still. I prefer them
still. I'm gonna use that. I prefer them in steel. Hilarious. I'm gonna use that. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and switch on over, and we're about to get into some TV talk. All right, y'all. We hope that you enjoyed our fashion segment. Okay, you can feel free to leave your thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the looks that we brought to you guys tonight. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about Ready to Love. I was gonna say Real Housewives, but girl, we ain't getting no Real Housewives. Anyway, Ready to Love. Let's talk about it because it didn't come on actually this past Friday, but there has still been some drama. All right. Now on the previous episode that we did get to see, we saw where Dakia and Eric had some type of issue where she went to nephew Tommy and said there was an incident between us and I don't want to have nothing to do with him. He needs help. Okay. He need to go find his love. His love ain't here, but I'm still open to the process though. And I said, not you throwing this man under the bus, but you still ready for the process. But anyway, we're going to get into it. So I do have some audio because they did drop a clip of Dakia and she went into detail about what happened between them. Now, after that, we also saw where he actually posted or something. I got access to some text messages. Okay. And it was text messages between he and her. And then after that, it looked like he done sent a long text message to the group, snapping off about giving people the smoke. And then Dakia turned around and responded to that. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. So let me go ahead and let you guys know. Go ahead and play it for y'all that don't know what's going on.
There was an incident between Eric and I. I don't want to have contact with him at this point. I think that he needs to do some reflection and growth on his own, away from me.
Okay.
I no longer want to date him. I thought that Eric was somebody that I can actually see a future with, but one moment changed all of that. I was hanging out with Eric and a couple of the other guys. Eric asked to take a picture with me, and so he comes up behind me and puts his arm around my waist. And I make a joke like, all right, we got this old school prom picture pose going on. And Eric is like, watch this. This ain't no high school prom picture pose. And he comes and gets very physical with me. I'm a lady, you don't touch me that way. So he's just not ready to love me. Or maybe not even anyone else right now, but that's for him to figure out. I'm still open to this process, to find connections with other gentlemen. It just so happens that Eric is not that man.
All right, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk to him.
All right, nephew. Sorry, y'all. Nephew Tommy said that he is going to have a conversation with him. Based on what y'all heard, what did y'all think? Because it took me back to Phil and Shiloh when they kind of had like that argument. But I don't know if they were like creating something for the show or whatnot. But I don't know. Okay, it definitely made me think about the incident that happened on the previous season. But then when she said that, he touched her inappropriately, yikes, I wanted to know more. But I do have some other messages where he went in detail. What are your thoughts about just the first part of what she said?
I feel like she didn't say enough. I feel like it's too vague to even really have an opinion yet, because we've seen people like say one thing and then we kind of find out that wasn't a full story about it. So I do wonder, like, he got really physical. Did he grab your butt or did he put his hand in your cooch? Like, I think that can mean so many different things. And I don't like when people be so vague about stuff, because like, I don't know what to think. Like, was he innocently touching your butt because y'all flirt that hard and you were offended, which is fine? Or did he really go too far and like insert something somewhere or grab a nipple? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder, like, how far did it go before I can say, well, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird they put out that much of it, but that much of it to me still doesn't say anything, because saying he got really physical, but what does that mean? Because it may not even mean that he picked her up like Phil did Shiloh. It could mean he just touched her butt. And to her, that can mean too physical. But to him, that can mean, I'm like, we be talking like real deep at night, naked, and I didn't think it'd be an issue if I touched your butt. But if he, did whatever else, right, she would have the right to feel like, okay, you really went too far. And it also depends on his intent and the conversation after she expressed how it made her feel. Because if she expressed disdain in what he did, and he said whatever, then yes, I don't want to deal with him, because he could not even accept how I felt about him getting very physical with me. So it's weird. It's weird.
I'm feeling really different about this one. I feel like it's a different situation than Phil and Shiloh. Gosh, I don't want to be offensive, but I feel like Dakia is in a position to where I don't think that she is desperate for Eric to what's Eric, right? I don't think that she's desperate for Eric to choose her, but I do get the vibes that Eric is lame enough to pull a stunt like that in front of the other men to try to get clout from it. Weird flex, but okay. And I feel like Dakia is the type of woman that would be like, you're not about to use me for no clout. Because she's still mingling with other men. So I do feel like he probably touched her in a way to like mark territory, and she probably was uncomfortable with that as a way to flex. I don't know where he touched her, but either way it goes, I think he did it to flex. I think it was more so if it was him and her on a date, them solo, I don't think she would be tripping. I think it's the fact that he did it in front of the other men and try to show out.
Yeah. So he ended up leaking a text between the both of them. And basically in this text message, she was just talking about how they needed to link up and get together. And he was open to that. She invited him to come out to the pier. You can't really tell. I'm not familiar with military time code, but they put he has his phone on military time code, I guess. She wanted him to come to the pier to hang out. And I guess he wasn't able to, like, you know, link up with her or whatever. So this is the part that I wanted to bring a little bit of attention to. She says, hey, I'm still out, but if you're still up, I'd really like to have a conversation with you tonight. He says, okay. And then responded and said, we don't need to talk about anything. That right there lets me know that you feeling like something didn't happen. Something didn't happen. Okay, so he also goes on to, he says, I was made aware that I made you feel uncomfortable today. So my thing is, if you were made aware that you made her feel uncomfortable, why not come to the front and have a conversation with her? He says, it was not my intent, and I wish you would have told me at the moment so we could have rectified the situation. I was clearly thrown off by our connection and growth. I feel like when I keep going, y'all, Eric is actually full of but let's keep reading, right? Well, I don't want to read all of this. Say what, JB?
Now put the other one back up, because she's in green, he's in gray, right?
She's in green, he's in gray.
Okay.
She's in gray.
Yeah, she's in gray. He's in gray.
Oh, she's in gray, he's in green. Okay.
Correct.
My love, but girl, that man thought he was her girl, that she was It's just I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know. I'm confused.
It is all good. I'm about to, okay, I see somebody trying to give like some military time check. I don't know what this stuff is, but let's get to the other part, because it looks like he may have sent some to a group, kind of like going off. Okay, so his first 3 messages are his. The last one is actually from Dakia, right? He says, this is Eric. I'm bringing all the effing smoke, since there is already a clip out there painting me as a man that has gotten very physical per Dakia and her gerbil ass mouth. Let's clear some SHI up, and I will definitely speak on this, okay? First of all, he spoke on like dates and things like that. He also just pretty much talked about how he didn't disrespect her. He did say the storyline. Now, this is all alleged, okay? Somebody sent this over to me. So this is all alleged coming from Eric, okay? They're saying that he says the storyline is true, but us trying to take a pic and she joking said that it's too much. I'm like a prime picture or whatever. So he says he motioned his hands upwards to her chest, but did not touch them, meaning her breast area, okay? He says, but he didn't touch him, and she said, no, not like that. So he moved his hands, and they continued to take the pics, right? He says, in his opinion, he feels as though she was embarrassed more than anything, because I guess the guy that took the picture was somebody that she liked. And also there's the alleged thing is that he told her that Carmen was the person that's his number 1 now. So that's the part that I felt like he was kind of like full of SHI to me. She your number 1, but you was all up under Miss Girl. Now you want to say that she embarrassed because she done called you out. Now you was all up under Dakia at one point, but now she done called you out, and you want to come and say that she was embarrassed because you was more interested in somebody else. Something about that not adding up. So the last message, Dakia cleared it up, okay? Allegedly, Dakia says, first of all, we never kissed a few times. We had one peck of a kiss at the batting cage day, and that's it. Nothing intimate. You absolutely grabbed my breast with both hands. Others saw it, and you previously admitted it. I immediately turned around, hit you on your chest, and said, what the F are you doing? I'm a lady. You don't touch me like that. You just laughed it off, and I avoided you for the rest of the day and hung with Tori. And yes, me asking you if you were coming to the pier was so that we could have a talk about the situation. I was being cordial and said that we needed to talk about the situation. You responded, we have nothing to talk about. I didn't go to the producers, someone else did. I was asked if I wanted to press charges against you or have you removed from the show. I said no to both. Okay, so that's what's being put out into the atmosphere of the conversation that happened between them. It seems like he put the message out to everybody because he was talking about wanting to give everybody that smoke or something like that. This is Eric, and I'm bringing all the effing smoke. Yeah, I can't hear you, Necey. You muted.
Thanks, y'all. It started. Okay, number 1, I told y'all something about him just feels lame enough to try to stunt in front of the other men. But this makes sense as to why he would be attracted to Carmen. Carmen's lame AF. Yes. And Eric matches her energy, especially being that they were friends before. He matches her energy. A lot of people are saying, why didn't she just tell him before? A lot of people in the comments also were saying, of course, she didn't tell the people. I think you read that. Somebody else went to production, which kind of makes sense with the text messages because she asked to talk to him. So I think it might have been something that she would have handled with him first, but it escalated. And now he's upset. Gerbil ass mouth. You didn't think she was gerbil before when he was all into her. It's giving karma.
Help me. It definitely is. Girl, that's amazing. So we in for an interesting episode.
I don't get how any Lord, I have a friend who calls our panels orgies. So when I just see a text and you want an orgy, I'm like, yes, I'm at the orgy. So
I cannot.
But it's weird that these shows every season has these, situations where one of the supposed couples has this situation, and I feel like I just want y'all to either fall in love or not. Like all this, these long ass paragraphs, it's like y'all ruining the show. Because it's all happening off the show. So I feel like if you don't like her, no. If you feel like now she on bullshit because you like somebody else, then leave it be. Ain't no need for no texting and long ass messages about nothing. If he said he don't want to discuss anything, fuck him. I feel like both of them sending these long ass deniability claims about the other one is the definition of he say she say shit. And I'm like, you need to be on camera.
I understood Dakia responding if that was indeed her, because I'm finna call you out. Like you over here trying to lie, sending all this long, like you say, this long message. Yeah. I guess trying to, appear as though what you're saying is actual factual, but no, I'm finna call you out. And let everybody, I'm gonna put you on blast. Like
these group cast texts. That's why I thought the show is not as good as like seasons 1 and season 2, because now people coming on and they know I don't have to put everything on camera. It can be some behind the scenes shit that happened, but us, the viewing public, we looking like how did this? Because we don't know what's going on. So y'all having all of this happening and it's not on the show. To me, is the reason I feel like y'all all want attention. Because why not have it on the show?
I just think it's funny because I thought something was off about Eric when I first met him. I didn't meet him. Y'all, this is how invested I be in them shows.
We met all them people. We know all them people.
When I first met him, period. I know, right? So I don't know. Whenever he first came on, everybody was like, I really like him. He's a nice guy. I was like,
he's the chef, right? Eric is the chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the chef. And I don't know if I couldn't trust him just because he's a preacher's kid. I think maybe that's why I was hesitant. I don't know. He's hella lame, been single for a long ass time. And then for him to try to flex. And then the other thing, he couldn't stand on his own when it came to Carmen. When Carmen came around him and basically tried to diminish the relationship he had with Dakia, he couldn't stand on his own as a man and say, I like her. So this shit does not surprise me because as a man, you tried to do other shit to impress other men. That's lame as hell. Then called her gerbil mouth. You went straight to insulting her. Please. Correct. That's a baby ass man.
I knew he wasn't shit from the moment when Eric, Dakia, and Carmen was in the kitchen and he did not shut Carmen down. I was like, he don't have no really true intentions with Dakia, because I felt like even if you've known Carmen in real life, on this show, you didn't want to be her in the real life. So don't get on this show. Oh, well, maybe now is the time. So I knew from that moment, okay, he not as this nice guy as we thought. He can cook great. He's a handsome man, but that's when I first said he on bullshit. So I just want them to be like, I just want to be entertained on the show, because it's fucked up that all the entertainment happened But I'm wasting my goddamn time watching y'all on the show, and don't shit be happening on the show. If I gotta follow, I have to follow 20 motherfuckers on IG and Twitter and TikTok and Craigslist and wherever else to get the real tea.
But it's these folks in the comments for me, and just
not her mouth is gerbily.
I knew that's what you was looking at because I was looking at the same thing. Now
I was trying to ignore it the whole time because I don't want to talk about the lady's mouth because God gave it to her.
I tried.
I mean,
y'all wrong for that. I mean, it just
God gave her that mouth. God gave her that mouth. Now, no one gave Carmen them eyes. Those are store-bought eyes. But God gave the kid her mouth, and we can't go against God.
Them eyes are manufactured and shipped overseas. She got them eyes off AliExpress.
Period.
That remind me. Do y'all remember whenever this was a long time ago? Y'all be at Walmart and you be getting ready to check out, and at the pad next to the debit thing, they got all the different color contacts, so you can walk over to the optical center and get the contacts. And when you walk over there to get a sample pair of contacts, the contacts say sample in the lens. That's how low budget Carmen is looking in them fucking blue contacts.
I hate it.
That's samples.
Oh,
look, Carmen with her real hair. Oh, that fucking aggravated me so much.
Because I used to wear blue contacts in middle school, like 8th grade, 9th grade. I was lame as fuck. But I was 14, not 37.
I used to wear green ones.
I had blonde hair.
I used to wear green contacts, girl. And everybody used to compliment me, right? They used to say they look nice and everything. I'd be looking at the pictures, and to me, I was much darker then than what I am now. And I'm like, bitch, who the fuck?
It was probably the lighting.
No one was gonna say anything, girl.
It was probably the lighting. Yeah, nobody said nothing. That was the thing.
I was trying to be different though. I didn't like doing what everybody else was doing. Like in high school, everybody like got the hazel eyes. I got some type of brown or something like that. So when I went to the eye doctor and got my set, what you want? I almost got blue. I was like, let me try the green one.
Green was my everyday, but I had blue for when I wanted to add a little razzle dazzle. When I wanted to,
that's what Carmen did.
When I wanted to,
eyes open.
I love eating out of men's hand.
Nope, I'm not doing this with y'all.
I cannot.
My hair is real, but it's 110% density.
That's the thing for me. You can't compare. Carmen need to go. Carmen can go, and so can Eric.
Paul.
I just want that kid to realize he ain't shit and move on.
I went all the way over to the Paul. Paul, like, how did I get into it?
Because Paul ain't shit either.
He not.
We wanted Paul to leave on day one. I was pissed. I'm like, how the fuck Paul ain't gone? And how he's still here?
How is he, child? I don't know. He's sticking around. He's sticking around. We got some new shows coming on though.
Because Marry Me Now come on.
I'm gonna watch that.
Put a ring on it.
That's coming back.
And Meredith and
Love and Marriage.
Love and Marriage. It's Lord Jesus. Did y'all see that Karen new show? Is that on your thing?
Karen.
No. Karen
spinoff. No.
It starts in April.
Talk about it real quick.
It's only 2 episodes.
I didn't know that.
I'm glad it's only 2. Yeah.
But no, it should be at least 4. You can't cover a family because you can't cover a family reunion in 2 episodes.
Who made them? Should be like a month.
No. Yes, I think 4 episodes is a good little, like Nene Carter with a commercial, little commercial,
4-minute commercial,
little 4-minute commercial, little 4 episodes. But I'm like, 2 is like, you could have kept this shit. 2 episodes.
Right, well, 4-minute commercial, that gave away the whole thing.
I agree. They could have kept if she only gonna have 2 episodes, y'all could have kept it. And to be honest, I don't know if Karen's family is that interesting for her to even have a some type of special. But I'm gonna tune in and see what is, you know what I'm saying?
And we gonna
I feel like y'all could have gave it to who they could have gave it to. Maybe Drew. Drew could have got a 2 minute. Who would I have watched? Or Sheree. I probably would have watched Sheree.
They could have gave Nene a 2 episode.
I would have watched Kenya as much as I love to hate her ass.
I agree. Oh yeah, Kenya. Yeah, I agree. They could have gave that to Cynthia as she spent her way out. You know, from Housewives, they could have gave her a special.
Cynthia been on Bravo, the Watch What Happens Live. She's on the girl trip stuff. I'm not gonna.
She's acting now.
I was gonna say Nene ain't doing shit, and you know she's top dog. And Cynthia, you know,
y'all, I got a soft spot in my heart for Nene, like forever. I don't care what Nene do.
Nene has a very soft spot in her heart for herself.
She does, but I don't know.
You think she should have her own? Would you watch a show solely about Nene? No supporting cast.
Absolutely.
But what's she gonna do? What's she gonna be?
She got her sons, and her glam babies. Her new man,
Lanithia Lounge.
I can watch TLC. I'm not watching Teen Mom.
Oh hell,
Teen Mom. What?
Because of the baby.
Oh, her son in the baby. Girl, I was like,
Teen Mom, like what? I mean, life after the passing of Greg, how life has been for her. I mean, I would tune in. If I could watch Portia's show, I feel like I could check out others.
That's true. I think you need to have a good supporting cast. I would need her to have a supporting cast and like a reason for the show, not just a show because she's Nene. I think folks want to show because she's Nene. Honey, that would be, you know, that could be either really fun or really annoying. It depends on how their voices go. Because they're a good key. But if they, you know, both, you know, it can go either way.
It can get annoying. I got you. Okay. Let's talk about Married at First Sight real quick.
Nope.
Because nothing happened. Absolutely. Dust. What else did we get? I just want to talk about Olajuwon. I mean, did y'all have anything to add about any of the other couples?
I have not watched the show full out. I have not reviewed the show for 3 weeks. And when I say no one has asked where my review at, and usually if I'm a day late, they like, where? Ain't no one said shit. I'm like, they noticed. I really feel like Married at First Sight has played themselves out because the episodes are too long.
Yep.
And the couples, because they put so much bullshit in it. I know Jamie said earlier, the first hour be so boring. By hour 2, you looking like,
Yep.
So I watched a little bit of it, but I was like, it's like the same thing happened every episode. Even if it's just a new argument, it's about the same thing.
Yep.
Question. So this is what, season 14? Has it always been 2 hours?
No, it used to be less couples. It used to be, I think, 3 couples. They took up to 4, now it's 5. The thing is, when it's 5 couples who like actually have stuff going on, the 2 hours makes sense because you're not getting such short amount of things. But you have now 4 couples, not 5, who I don't care about them going grocery shopping. I didn't when they showed them shopping for the house. I was the housewarming. I was like, I know how much carrots cost.
Well, the experts used to come around more too. The experts used to be on like damn near every episode.
So it would always be something.
I love when they just hop in the confessional, but I need them to understand people's attention spans and where they were 5 years ago is not where it is today. So they need to get with the program. Like y'all might as well make the after show an hour show and then make this episode an hour. Like just do it like because more people tune in to the after show than they probably do the whole show. So they need to get that together.
It used to be an hour and a half. It used to be an hour and a half. And that was when they had either 3 or 4 couples. But I'm like, once they got to the 5 couples, like last season with Chris, was Chris in them last season? Chris and Paige?
Season before Zach was last season. Zach and
These
Michaela was last
back to back.
I feel like the past 2 seasons, the 2 hours wasn't that bad. The 2 hours, because usually it was still stuff happening. They either aggravated us or we was like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? And this, I'm never excited to watch it. And Snowfall come on, I watched Snowfall over this, but I never hear anybody like posting about it, like a big moment, and that's usually what makes me want to go and watch it the following day. But I'm like, ain't nobody said nothing. And even though the big draw is Olajuwon and Katina,
because it's abuse. I like honestly, The past 3 episodes, his level of abuse has been so telling, so apparent. And I feel like they're catching on to that, because if y'all didn't watch the episode last night, let me go. Do not watch the episode. Okay. Do not save your 2 hours, because I watched it once last night and I was like, dang, I ain't got no notes. Like, did I pay attention? And then I watched it again today and I didn't miss anything. So y'all, I watched 4 hours of the shit and nothing happened. But he's abusing her. It's quite disgusting. He builds her up, tears her back down. He's been doing that since day one. He really wanted to create this false importance of like what a wife means to him. And she's the type of woman who likes to be validated. It's sad because she told us that she's been a victim of abuse. So we can't even really be too upset at the way that she's handled this situation. It's just really disgusting to see. So this episode, did you want to explain what happened, Jamie? This episode,
Yeah, I can run it. I can run it real quick.
I'm gonna grab some water if I'm listening.
Primarily when we get to their segment, everybody is sitting around the couples. You know, the couples all together, they talking. Okay, they want to know some of the things they may have learned and liked or overcome with their relationships. Okay, now what's messed up is that Katina spoke very highly of Olajuwon and where they are in their relationship. When it's his turn, he is questioning whether or not, what did he say? This is going to be a relationship or a friendship, or this is a marriage or a friendship, just thoroughly embarrassing her. So at this point, he said he learned some things on the way over, which is a problem because she like, you learn things on the way over, but you ain't tell me. You wait till we get in front of the group to try and say that you learned some things on the way over here that got you feeling away. So now at this point, she's clearly embarrassed than a mother. Clearly embarrassed. Everybody just sitting over there just looking odd, trying to eat their food, but still listening to what's going on. Just sad, just embarrassing. And they kind of got into it a little bit, but they really got into it when they got home. He got mad because of an app that she had on her phone. Now, I kind of feel like I just felt like his approach to her was, to me, all wrong and extremely aggressive. And what I hated the most was seeing the slight smile on his face. For me, that made me think that he was doing this on purpose to her and he enjoyed it. And I said, I see you, Olajuwon. You over here creating an issue. You may not be getting what it is that you want. You might be a man that's used to smashing on somebody or whatever the case is. And y'all been married for 1 month. She's saying that y'all ain't consummate the marriage. So are you trying to create some type of friction so you can leave and go do a little something? Like, what's going on with you? It's not adding up. And then he's upset about a dating app. Now, I will say, Katina, when she said she forgot that it was on there, that I don't believe. But I will say I have apps on my phone that I just don't use. But I pretty much know what's on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So when she says that I forgot that was even on there, I'm like, no, I don't think that you did. I think you probably kept it just in case this didn't work out. But I don't think she was actively using it. I do think he had a point slightly when he said, if the roles were reversed, would you be upset? Yeah, because he probably gonna think what I think about her. Like, nah, you didn't forget. You knew that was on your phone type thing, right? But again, his approach to her was just very disrespectful, aggressive, and just out of line overall. And I hated to see him do her like that. And she just seemed defeated because she's trying to explain to him, but he's not trying to hear her. So I was disgusted by him. Go ahead, y'all.
I think it's weird, not even weird. I think it's fucked up that Olajuwon consistently finds reasons to fuck with her. And she feels the need to consistently explain herself because she wants to be married. And it's weird because I think her wanting her marriage to work isn't a bad thing. It's just you married the wrong motherfucker. And he isn't the one that you should be trying to please him as your husband. So I think because they're strangers, I would not be upset if said stranger had another app on their phone. If they have a whole bunch of apps, I'm not going to be pissed about that one because you may not even realize because you have so many apps. If her phone don't have that many apps, then you did know. And I think he a fucked up individual. But I do feel like I would not be upset because one, you're a stranger. I don't really know you. So as long as you're not using that app and you then delete that app because I told you I have an issue with it, then I'm not going to fuck with you. Because I've seen the scene of them going back and forth. And I feel like he enjoys abusing her when he feel like she's done something that he can then now bitch him on about. He finds pleasure in that. Even though it's not a big issue, he like, but I can make it a big issue because I want to make it, because it's really not, she's only known you for a month. And she's shown you in her action that she wants to be your wife, but you keep moving the goddamn goalposts. And that's what's unfair. So it's like, should she have deleted it? Yes. But she didn't. You a stranger, nigga, leave me alone. But I'm like, he likes abusing her emotionally and mentally. And she gonna be fucked up for the next person.
Right, as if she wasn't already, from what the experts were saying. That's why I feel like the experts are irresponsible as hell to place these two together. And Olajuwon wants a damn mommy. He wants a mommy. And it's a damn shame that neither one of them have examples of what they think a marriage should be like, or what a marriage should be like, because they're operating on what they think is right, which is why I feel like Katina is so easily manipulated. I'm disgusted because towards the end of the dinner, after he exposed her, he knew it wasn't that real, but he wanted to punish her by making her look worse than what it was by saying, if I said this in front of everybody, it would ruin you right now. Well, say it then. That was disgusting to me. I literally, that scene just really sent me. Katina looked like she was shaking. Then on top of that, when they got home, what I was even more bothered by was like, literally that type of shit made me anxious, because I feel like he would high-key abuse her if like physically, if the cameras were not around. What bothered me the most was that we expect that shit from Olajuwon because we called it a couple episodes ago, right? But Katina entertained explaining herself to him. That to me told me that she probably is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Even though she was frustrated and she knew what he was saying didn't make sense, she still entertained explaining herself to him. And I'm like, Katina, you don't need to explain yourself to this man because he's illogical and he wants to have a reason to fight. And 3 episodes ago, I tweeted and I said, something tells me that Katina is going to have to work a lot harder than the other type of women that Olajuwon is used to dating. Yeah. He keeps trying to judge her. He keeps using these terms. He did it this episode, and I think 2 more episodes back. He said, as a person. You keep trying to diminish her and tell her that she's not even worthy, first as a wife, but second as a person. Why is it that you can't even look at her as being a worthy human being? That to me is weird as hell. And it's a shame because I'm pretty sure she's still with him, because on the after show, last thing that disgusted me even more was Jasmina was on there, and I can't remember Kev on stage wife. She's the guest star on the after show. It disgusted me because nobody wanted to be truthful with Katina, even if that meant saying what they needed to say with grace, because they knew that as a victim of abuse, which is what they're seeing is that she would push them away. Jasmina explained that, typically she would be mad at Olajuwon, but Olajuwon always notices when he messes up. So he acts the ass, for lack of a better word, she said something else. So basically he shows his ass and then he apologizes immediately after. So for that reason, Jasmina couldn't really be as mad at him. Melissa says that, it was a lot of things, but she was rooting for them. And I'm just like, this is abuse. This is why people don't want to watch this shit for 2 hours, 3 episodes in a row. And we're seeing her being mentally manipulated when y'all knew it was a damn risk flight for you to put her with this man.
I think sometimes the way they word stuff on the after show was to not give away too much for finale and decision day stuff. So sometimes I do think it'd be smoke and mirrors. Because some people who we assume is still together, they don't be. And I'm like, oh, okay. But we see things that we think is one way, it's the other. But I do feel like everyone is fully aware Katina's on a goddamn road to disaster with that man. And I do also think it's weird because when we see when they have the little before, like when they talk, like it was like the before shit that we hate watching or whatever, and they interviewing the people. I don't think Olajuwon was this bad. I think it got worse and worse and worse. I'm like, he a slut, but he not gonna be like he not gonna be like emotionally abusive to the girl. I'm like, he may cheat on her, but I do
he liked him for an episode.
Right. I think I don't think the experts were wrong for placing them together. I think it's a powder keg that's gonna explode, because even how they brought up how Elijah Wan never said his biggest thing was a wife who can cook and clean. Nigga, you didn't tell me that. Because if you had said that, we would have tried to get someone who that could be their thing. Because if that's your major issue, okay, we can at least say, well, he did say that and it didn't happen or whatever. But I think he's making up reasons to break her down, to be like, I have this wife, she's beautiful. We on this show, meaning after this show, we can probably make money doing whatever else. Again, I'm gonna have more money now. But I don't think he realized how fucked up he looks to America, because he was raised in that fucked upness. And when you're raised around people who think that's okay, you don't get, nigga, you look stupid. And you think you're gonna be good after the show, and you're not. And every season, there's one person who thinks there, ain't no issue with what I'm doing, and then we let them know, no, we have every issue with you on this earth. So I want him. This gonna sound fucked up. I want him to keep doing what he's doing to ruin his life for a while. Like I don't want her to have to go through this, but this will also make her realize what not to put up with next time. And sometimes you have to see yourself looking stupid to realize I was really foolish. So I do think the after show, they can only say so much, because they can't, spoil shit for the rest of the season. But I think every
key have been spoiling a lot. They've been spoiling a lot in the after show. It was like that. But all of them, it was one episode where Keisha asked Katina to call Olajuwon, and you could see her phone, and she had his name saved with a heart next to it. So I feel like they still together. She called him to ask him something, and it's like usually they don't be in contact like that. Another thing I thought about is, how I said I feel like Katina gonna have to work harder than the typical white woman that he dates. Do y'all remember when he first met her on the wedding day? He said she's beautiful, but whenever he went into complimenting exactly what it was he liked about her, he was like, she's petite. She's petite.
Because he don't like.
And I feel like that was the only thing that was similar to the typical white woman that he dates, was that she was petite. It wasn't like, her eyes, her lips, her skin. It was, she's beautiful, she's petite. Like I asked in my comments, I was like, do men typically say, like, I don't hear men go crazy over, oh, she's petite. I hear them say, oh, she's thick. They don't say, oh, she's petite. To me, he was reaching.
White man.
He's Irish.
He was acting. He was acting his ass off. All right, let's get to some other actors here. Let's talk about Candy and the Gang real quick. All right. Torin, we meet Torin. More about Torin, event planner. Okay, I like Torin so far. I'm liking Torin. So Torin gets ready to meet Philip. So y'all know he coming back to the shop, right? He about to go into the spot, check out the event space. Why was Philip even down there? Go and manage or do something. He's down there trying to meet Torin. Torin done already heard things about Philip, so of course he like on the fence, don't really want to meet him for real. So they sit down, have this conversation, and I have been here for Philip, y'all, the first episode, seeing how he checked Chandrilla and how he, manages them. But when you turn around and you try to comfort Torin, and Torin ain't even do nothing, and you want him to sit down and tell you about himself, and when it's your turn, you don't want to say anything, talking about what I'm not going to do is tell you about me when you're the one looking for a job. First of all, sir, people that's hiring tell us about themselves. Like, what makes you think that you don't have to do that? So I did not like that. And I love that Torin clapped back and said, I'm not looking for a job either. So I'm not trying to do none of that either. So what's up? You can talk to Candy. Loved it. I loved it because Torin lets me know he's not going to be no pushover. He ain't going to let nobody talk to them any kind of way. And I love it. I like him. Go ahead, JD.
I blame Don Juan and I blame Candy. This is my thing. You can't put somebody in a management position and then expect people to not go through management in the position. So I felt like Don Juan telling Torin to go do whatever, but no communication being between Philip and Don Juan made Philip feel like the rest of the staff, they doing whatever they want to do. So I didn't blame Philip entirely for his reaction, because he wasn't aware. They just said, oh, go do that. But I feel like Candy and Don Juan, you can see why the restaurant got bullshit going on, because y'all can't even control management to have conversations with each other. So I do feel like, first of all, Brian saying that Torin dick too big, hilarious. But I do feel like Torin and Philip going back and forth, they was gonna check each other. But I do feel like, Torin, your issue should have been with whoever told you to come in there, but you did check in with the person who's like running the restaurant. When Candy and Don Juan said on episode 1, Don Juan's job isn't to run the restaurant. So no staff member should be able to get directions from Don Juan. When you allow them to do that, it means they can skate past Philip, and then Philip's the bad guy. Now, I'm not saying Philip didn't come in too hot, not saying he don't need to check his tone, but I'm like, if someone who used to work here but quit and just stopped showing up, and I've heard that was his thing, and I heard how he was a professional, then come in and really don't address me as the person who runs this place, I am gonna have attitude. So I didn't fully blame Philip, but I also didn't fully blame Torin. But I'm like, I blame Candy and Don Juan.
Can you show? Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could show that comment.
Yeah, Torin is an independent contractor hired by Candy.
If he getting a check from OLG, he's not an independent contractor.
But I feel like, I understand where you're coming from, Jaylee, because I do feel like there should still be communication across the board. So I still fought Philip, period, but I more so fought it Don Juan and Candy, because they should have told him, like, just, hey, this ain't somebody you really got to manage, but he's going to be coming in and doing the event. So just stay out his way type thing.
If he's an independent contractor, then Philip don't need to even worry about that. But if you thinking, if they say, hey, Philip, Torin gonna be working here, then I feel if I'm the manager, he's someone else I gotta manage. So I think it's just management communication is the reason Candy should be, you know what I'm saying, selling health inspections.
I like Philip, but I think he got real ugly when he was talking about, what did he say? He said something like, you're hired to throw events or something along those lines. He tried to do the same thing that he did to Chandrilla. When he was like, I'm not
worried about management. You're hired to run events, stay in your lane.
Yes. When he did that, he was trying to check Torin the same way that he checked Chandrilla. And for Chandrilla, I feel like it was necessary. But with Torin, I'm like, okay, I get it. When you walk into a room, you got to say, hey, if somebody else is already there. I get it, right? But then Torin comes and he sits down and he starts participating in what you're asking for. You're asking for his name. You're asking for his information. And then you still proceed to get nasty. With me, I just felt like Torin paid him a lot of grace and was real nice nasty with it. And was like, okay, so you're not going to tell me about yourself. Philip thought that, you know, I'm so high up. That's where he started talking about the order of, you know, then there's this person, then me. It's like, don't get beside yourself. I think he was getting very much beside himself, because what Philip fails to realize is this, like, military drill sergeant type of personality that he has towards the business, Candy does not have towards her own business. So whatever rules you're trying to set aside, I don't think it's not going to prevail. I don't think so.
But that's the bad part, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to prevail.
The bad part for Philip or the bad part for Candy's businesses?
Both. Because Philip is there to do a job. Candy has this vision of Philip. I don't even think it's Candy. Let's be real. Todd has a vision of Philip, you know, just fixing the restaurant, having everything in order. There's a way to do everything. There's processes in place. Candy runs off of loyalty. She wears her heart on her sleeve. And ultimately, if everybody in the business sees Candy as final decision, nothing's going to change if Candy doesn't change the way that she manages her business. So Philip may be there to, you know, start a new rule, set the line straight, but he's not going to succeed if Candy isn't in his corner, and it doesn't really seem like she is. Like, even whenever he sent Chandrilla home, she was like, you need to send her home. Like, Candy, do you want him to do the job or not?
I feel like Todd hired him.
I think it'll be tension, not tension. I think it's going to be deep conversations between Candy, Todd, and Philip, because Todd always sets shit up to come up with the bullshit, but at the end of the day, because they say Philip was working at Blaze and then worked at Blaze because Blaze is supposedly, ran better. OLG is like the free for all. So it's weird that Candy know her business is not structured right and she wants it to work. But I think both Todd and Philip, like say Candy, it can't keep running how you want it to run because we can't afford a generator. So something has to change. So I feel like Philip, who comes from probably a professional environment of restaurants and how things are supposed to run, so that's his mindset. You can't bring somebody who worked for, something very professional and put them to a mom and pop shop. Because mom and pop shops don't do, you know what I'm saying? It don't run that way. So I think the weird part is going to be Philip is the professional. And the other folks like, well, we've been doing bullshit this whole time. Like, I shouldn't have to fix my attitude. I shouldn't have to report to you. And I'm like, but that's the problem that I think he was brought in to fix. So it's like, I want Candy and Don Juan to step out of it and let Philip handle whatever. And if Philip runs shit down, then that's on Philip. But I don't want to blame Philip based on Candy and Don Juan letting shit still go on how it used to that didn't work. It's like, in my opinion, Philip is the problem. The staff is. Because was it Chandrika? Is it Chandrika? Shankika?
It is, but it's Chandrilla.
Girl. I'm gonna call her Shani. Shani is, I think Shani want to be the HBIC. I think she see herself as like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one I'm always in charge. I'm gonna put Time Unique next to Brandon. I'm like,
she's Sky of Black Ink.
I
don't do shit and I can act the ass, but y'all can't act the ass. She's Sky.
And I want $12 an hour, and that's not fair because I can make more at Family Dollar. Then go work
at Family Dollar.
That's what I was thinking
Before
too.
we talk about that, before we get to that, I just wanted to say that real quick. When it came to Philip talking about touring, he felt as though touring had came in with a preconceived notion, basically because of the things other people told touring about him. But I'm like, that could be true, but you also not giving him nothing else to go off on to see a different side of you either. So that's that. But also, Philip's boo, Philip and Felipe.
Felipe. Y'all handsome.
Felipe was
together.
Cute.
Do y'all think he lives like in Brazil long distance, or like does he live somewhere in the States long? I'm like, where is Felipe? I
That's a good question.
Because they said he was from not us, but they Belize, from Brazil, and I thought they lived together. They said, well, no, we long. I'm like, long distance. I'm like, that's a long place to be.
Well, they do it on 90 Day Fiance, so I figured that probably.
What if they gonna be on? What if they on the new season, and we just ain't seen it yet, and they waiting for the visa? That could be
ain't no telling.
They've been done for a year. It take a year to get it done sometimes. Or they say Felipe lives in Brazil. That's so far away.
Yeah, they were a fine couple,
cute.
Honestly.
Yes.
Philip looked even better standing next to him. Like, I knew Philip was a handsome man, but once I seen him standing next to his boyfriend, I was like, damn, y'all both look good.
Because that's like personal Philip and not professional Philip. He was a bit loose. Like he looked a bit looser. He did. In his stature. But when he said, they think I'm me, like you are. So I was like, oh, he really is a mean asshole, but he's cute and lovable. So, but I want to see a season 2 and for Philip to know, like, I can't be an asshole. But bring in Felipe. I want Felipe and the visa on season 2.
Right. We need to get Felipe here. What else? Okay, so the team meet up. Now, y'all know everybody wanted to come together, link up. Philip was like, no, I'm not going with y'all, right? So, first of all, Chandrilla is a hater, period. I didn't like how she was coming for Patrick's girlfriend, but you sit up there complaining about $12 an hour when you ain't trying to elevate yourself while you working with Candy. You've been there for 4 or 5 years, and you ain't even trying to not be a hostess. You can't even get behind the bar. Okay, you got the audacity to complain. So I want to talk about that. And then what are y'all thoughts primarily about Patrick running back telling Candy what they said? I was not tripping. I was kind of glad. You got all this mouth, so go tell Miss Candy how you feel, Miss Squirrel. So, yeah, it was a cute little sit down. I just wanted to highlight Chandrilla being a hater and Patrick snitching on her. So what are your thoughts?
I wasn't tripping.
Yeah. Y'all know, look, y'all know how we be like, look, don't say shit about shit because I'm gonna say something if it's about my people. So I felt like Patrick was like, you know, I would never. I had a friend. I had so my best friend Carla. Someone was talking shit about her cousin, and I said to the person, I said, bitch, don't you ever think you can talk shit about my people in my face. So
people.
Right. I wouldn't sit there and not say shit. I would hear it all, but at the end of hearing it all, I'm cussing everybody out. So Philip Lee said, you know, well, leave my cousin alone. But I'm not pissy told. I think the staff was dumb to have those conversations in front of him because it's gonna get back to Candy. But I'm like, Shantrick, if you've been there for 4 years making $12, then you have no ambition in life. Because I mean, did you ever get a raise? Has it always been 12? So, but I do think she's a hater.
Absolutely.
And I'm still laughing at Brian saying that Torrin and him was tugging and pulling, but Torrin dick too big. I was like, his dick too big. I was like, I thought gay men like big dick, but you know what? They may not.
Not Brian. What's the name? Brian? Not him.
He's
not Brian.
I said Torrin was back there touring it up, girl. That's how I can take it, girl.
I cannot. But I do want to know. I was not tripping about Patrick. Chandrilla, go work at Family Dollar, okay? But with Patrick, he just took me out, okay? Y'all tell me, it's nothing wrong with having hopes and ambition, okay? I think you could be whatever you want to be in this life. But it was just comical as hell that they introduced him as the parking lot manager. And then he said, I'm trying to be Candy. I'm trying to support the family.
He got
$10 to fill the lot up. What you talking about?
If he owned a lot of lots, he can't them. I said that is passive income.
Manager.
He got to he got to own. He got to
own a lot.
If he owns like 10 lots, because I think a parking in Atlanta is probably kind of crazy. If he owns a lot of lots, he can't get rich. Because think about it, nobody can park on the street most of the time. If you have about 10 lots by every, hot spot, he could be the rich cousin who don't do shit besides park cars.
Oh my.
He could be. I'm not gonna put it.
He ain't giving that. Not if he roommate with
Melvin.
What's his name? Melvin with his cute. Melvin's so cute. Over there roommate with Melvin, stressing Melvin the hell out.
Can you cook for me? I'm like,
and then Chandrika talking about she engaged, but then you hating on his girlfriend, talking about the real. I got a real booty, and I got this, and I got that. Chandrika, Driller,
who been engaged for 2 years.
That's what Bertha said.
Oh, she been engaged for 2 years.
She was engaged. So she said she was dating. They was messing around for 4 months, but then that left alone. She got with other dudes. She's been engaged for 2 years. But Patrick said they were just fucking. I was like, well, I guess that's why she left you alone.
Right. And then she tried to downplay his manhood. I guess. Right. 2 years and a half.
She mad.
She is. It's gonna show later.
Oh, little ting ting.
All right, y'all. We're about to move on over, guys. We're about to get into some gossip chat, but before we do that, y'all know what y'all need to do. Go ahead. All right, y'all. About to get into some gossip. I'm trying to choose.
Like, where to start?
Look, this I'm trying to choose. Listen.
Where we go?
I'm gonna let y'all choose a letter. So we're going with the W. You know what? Let me just start with W. Let's go ahead and talk about Will Smith real quick, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into him because he ended up having a sit down not too long ago where he talked about he and his wife, Miss Jada, and how there was no infidelity in his marriage. So let's go ahead and play this and we're going to talk about it in a second.
You both have talked very candidly. It's a very famous story. infidelity in the marriage and how you navigated that time.
There's never been infidelity in our marriage.
Never been infidelity in the marriage?
Never. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever.
All right, y'all heard that quick little snippet of Will Smith saying that he and Jada, they don't surprise each other with nothing. Okay, so when he said that they didn't have no infidelity, like he didn't even have to say the rest because I automatically knew. I said it can't be infidelity if the partner knows about it. It's only infidelity if they don't know. So he was pretty much confirming what we've heard about for years, long before the August Alsina situation, that, you know, they got an open marriage, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, if that's what works for y'all, I'm not gonna judge nobody's marriage. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jada don't feel like humping and bumping all the time. Okay. So if he want to go out there and get him a little piece or something, she probably okay with that. And he just got to make sure what Candy said, when you're out at the club, don't think I'm not feeling good in somebody's spot, getting hot. Just don't think I'm not. So Miss Jada is like, well, shoot. I mean, just make sure when it's my turn, you feel the same way. And if that works for them, I ain't even mad at it. What are y'all thoughts?
I think Jada said when she first turned like 40, she felt different or whatever in life. So I think both Will and Jada, people have to do what works for them.
Right.
And I think once you've been together for so long and you've been, you know, let's say there was no cheatation, but things maybe feeling like, you know, I want to go leave. If opening up that marriage to other things is what works, it makes sense. I think people always felt like either Will was cheating on Jada or vice versa, and that's not what it is. I respect their level of elevation in marriage. Because in marriage, you're supposed to want to do what makes the other one happy. And if both of y'all feel like I still love you and want to be with you, but sometimes I just may need other things. And the fact that they've stayed together all these years, they're currently happy, like that works for them. So I like it. It ain't for me. But I may say something different in 10 years. I don't know.
You couldn't have said it better, Jay Lee. I agree. I feel like, I mean, anybody that's been together for a long ass time like they have, you have to do something to change where you currently are in life. And I'm not saying that that's the solution for all marriages who, you know, hit a plateau after however many years. Like maybe you should try an open relationship. But what I feel like is they found what works for them. I don't know if they together. They life partners. That's what they keep telling everybody. So, I mean, I guess they together in a life partner sense type of way. And no, you can't cheat if you are clear as water on what your expectations are and what y'all are allowing in a relationship. I don't know why people act like this is just so unique. People have been talking about open marriages for a minute now. Like let's be real. Your grandmas and your aunties wasn't open marriages without saying they wasn't open marriages. Mm-hmm. Like, let's be real. And people just didn't put a label on it. So I don't know why we keep having this rotating conversation of Will and Jada. Like, they're the first people to have an open marriage. Like, and they just don't want to come out and say it. I guess that's the obsession with it, is that they don't say it. They don't want to put a title on it, even though that's what it seems to be.
And I think one thing people don't get is just because they may have an open-ish marriage does not mean they are consistently with other people. That can just mean, you know, once in a while, maybe in 5 more years, I may just step out because we know that sometimes I need something different. So I think some folks felt like it was they were consistently fucking other people or, you know, or having three. It's like that may not even be what it is. But once you've been together for so long and things have been so structured, you want to try something different, but it doesn't mean that you're always messing with somebody else. But sometimes you just need a different dick or a different vagina or vice versa. Ooh. Or all of three. I don't know. You know, Jada could want some cooch. I'm stop right there. I'm stop. Because I don't want to call nobody hope. You know what I'm saying? It can go either way. But I'm like, I had to catch it. I had to catch it, reel it back in, you know, what came out my mouth. But yeah, I'm like, you know, it doesn't have to be a consistent thing. Like, okay, like for like right now, Will is fucking somebody else, and so it's like, no, they chilling, and they are rich ass people.
Thanks.
Let them rich folk do they rich or poor. Do what you want to do. Just make sure you're honest
and protect yourself at all times. Okay.
Condoms or plan B's. It can go either way.
It can go either way, which is why Jussie Smollett is out after 6 days. 6 days in, and he is appealing the case, and the appellate court decided that he should be out at this time. Now, I understand a ton of people are upset. I ain't mad, because technically he did go to jail. I do feel like it was extensive, right? The 150 days, you got to pay over 100,000. I felt like it was a lot, right? So what, he lied. Y'all lie to us all the time.
Every day.
What are your thoughts?
I felt like, I think it's weird because I was on live about it the other day, and I was like, people be lying every day and not getting caught and would be pissed if they had to go to jail for the lie they told. And I'm like, there are many other lies being told about things or things that has happened that like have harmed people. I'm not gonna, because he say he innocent, so I'm leave that be. But he's accused of, or found guilty of, lying about something that did not hurt anyone. It just cost the city of Chicago a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, make that man pay that money back times 2 or times 3. Get that man about 5 years probation. Get that man security service and move on. But I do feel like the city of Chicago was pissed. So I'm like, the fact that he got out, after 6 days. And he's not really free. He just has to, he's out until they appeal. And I'm like, if they lose the appeal, he got to go back. But I'm like, at this point in time, y'all both back and forth in it. The city of Chicago and Jussie. I'm like, look, that shit happened 3 years ago. But I'm like, I felt like the jail time was team too much. I'm like, he lied a little bit.
What Bondy say? Big ass jail. What?
Lord Jesus.
Big ass.
That she mean big ass.
She mean
his ass?
Big. Bitch.
Oh, bitch ass.
Oh, B-I-T ass. Jesse, gotcha. Oh, go ahead, Necey.
For myself, I think nothing. I haven't thought a lot about this case at all because I feel like from the beginning, it's been very clear that it was a lie. White people have never spoken of Jussie Smollett until this situation. So they've already branded him as a liar. He's branded himself as a liar. Let's say that happened first. I didn't feel like jail was necessary, but I mean, it didn't move me one way or another if he served 5 months or 5 days at all, because I mean, he lied, and it just is what it is to me. I hope, just based on the way that he acted when he was in court, he gonna stick by his story. So I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? The city of Chicago has made it very clear that this man is a liar. They've used him to every extent that they could to make an example out of him. I just hope that we see the same type of energy when we see these stunts by good old boys. That's all I request.
Thank you.
And that's not me caping for Jussie, because like I said, I don't care if he served 5 months or 5 days. I'm just saying, the same way y'all made an example out of him, I would like to see that same energy. Just the same energy, because I remember when this first happened, this was like before the pandemic, right? Or was it in the midst?
It was before it.
Yeah,
I thought it was before.
2019.
Yeah, because I remember specifically coming into the office one day and a white woman asked me, "Did you hear about Jussie?" Bitch, you don't know shit about Jussie. How do you even know who he is? So that's where I feel like you've succeeded, okay? City of Chicago has succeeded in making him, eat his words and eat what he did. So I'm just like, okay, what you want me to do with that? Keep the same energy.
Bondy says, I feel like Jussie needed at least 3 weeks because of his courtroom appearance. I saw nothing wrong in his courtroom appearance. The judge ran into his ass for 45 minutes. So I need y'all to know I'm not suicidal.
If I say I'm innocent, look, until I go to prison, I'm gonna keep defending my innocentness.
But you know what's funny? Do y'all remember the white lady in the park that called the police on the black man over the dog
With the
situation?
birds. Oh, yeah.
I think it was a dog
which
situation.
Time? Which time?
They were in Central Park.
No, it happened all the
This
time.
Oh, I
I'm
remember
like,
that.
white women
Do you
calling the
remember what I'm
cops.
talking about with the brown hair? We don't know her damn name. Why didn't the city of New York make her a brand, like a brand name, when she said, I'll call the police on you over something petty? So it's like things like that. Where's her 5 days? We don't even know what happened. They talked about it in the news for a hot second to make it seem like they were allies in people lying on black people. But for Jussie, not only do they're trying, this is where I'm upset, because I feel like when it came to the judge, no, and by no way, shape, or form am I saying Jussie was right, but just the way that they decide to make examples out of people is annoying to me. When Jussie was in court, the judge grilled his ass, but for the sake of justifying it, he said there are real people fighting real, real issues. So he wanted to make sure he didn't ruffle our black ass feathers. Why aren't y'all doing this for the Beckys and the Karens? Keep the same energy.
Because my response would have been, what is the city of Chicago's response when anyone comes in to report a crime? Do y'all take all the cops and put them on OT to go solve a crime? If y'all main thing was he lied and we spent hours of OT to figure things out, but how many times when any regular person come in there about a rape or about a murder or about being robbed or about a hate crime, do y'all put all the cops on it to go find out what happened? My thing is, don't act like he forced y'all to do some extra shit. Y'all did that on your own because of who he was. He didn't force that shit. So don't make it seem as if I'm the bad person for lying, but y'all then went a whole extra mile because that's what y'all wanted to do. Y'all put the people on OT. If a woman coming in about whatever, stuff that happened to her, if y'all didn't put cops on OT to find the person who did it, then fuck y'all. So I'm like, Jussie lied. Bad Jussie. He deserved, some consequences. I'm like, he didn't deserve jail. They was pissed off because they looked foolish.
Right.
Because y'all did all this extra shit for no reason. But I'm like, I'm gonna still say to this day, I ain't do it. I'm innocent. I'm not suicidal. I didn't do it. Because at what point does a person just say, fuck it, I lied? It would be before now. Because at this point, you in court. You at sentencing. Like, I do agree with him saying I could have been said I did it just to avoid all of this shit. So I'm like, but I'm not,
and because he's so adamant, it definitely got me like, I don't know what to believe. The judge sound convincing, but then the fact that you still here saying that you innocent, I'm like, I don't know.
Because it's not like murder or robbery. Like if you murdered someone, okay, yeah, keep saying you innocent. We know you guilty. But I'm like, it was a lie. It's dumb to keep lying for so long over something so simple, unless you really didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But if he got attacked by people, how the black brothers got theirs? That's the part that's confusing.
I'm like, you see, like, fuck those people.
No, literally, that's what I was about to say. Easily, I haven't thought much about this case ever since I realized that Jussie was never going to sway one way. He was not going to run away from the story he told us. So for me, I've just kind of been like, you know what? Do with what you will. 5 months, 5 days, I don't care. But I just need y'all to keep the same energy. The one thing that is tripping me out, I will never forget, is white people coming up to me and talking to me about Jussie Smollett, which to me tells me that y'all proved y'all's point, regardless of if this man is a liar or not. I don't make an example out of no black person that majority of white people don't know, to where they feel comfortable coming and talking to me about the shit.
Man, get out my fucking face, white person.
Oh my.
Go ahead. Go on somewhere, Becky.
Speaking of Becky, what was Stevie J getting in this interview? Highly disrespectful with the Leah's lemonade. He was getting a different type of lemonade. For those of you guys that don't know what's going on, Stevie J did an interview with a young lady. Can't recall. I guess her name is Leah. Miss Leah's Lemonade. She also does a podcast with Candace Diller. But she did an interview with Stevie J, and Stevie J thought that it would be amazing for him to be as disrespectful as he can to this woman, and decided to get topped off in the middle of the interview, which was so awkward to me. I was like, why is this so important? And then he's showing his body off and everything. I was like, Stevie J, what is going on with you and your baby mother? What is happening here? Highly
the interview saying, can you suck? I'm like, how do you act within the first 60 seconds to ask someone off camera, can you suck me off? I'm like, he was on bullshit from the beginning. Because who gets in an interview in the bed naked? Because he took his pants off. He was already naked. He didn't have to do nothing. So I'm like, he planned to be on this interview on bullshit.
I love it. Hip hop must be coming back.
I hope not.
That's why you don't do drugs.
It was messy. And even though she handled it well, she shouldn't have had to. And I like that she checked him throughout when he was saying other little shit. But I'm like, Stevie is a clown because you did all this for some kind of attention. You got it because everyone talked about it after the fact. But it's just stupid that she had to sit there and be the professional. And he was just being a complete. I think he was high. Not that would excuse what he did, but I still feel like you can't be sober and do this kind of shit. It doesn't make any sense. Stevie, get out of my fucking face. Go on to what, Stevie? Go get Joseline.
You got any thoughts on this, Necey?
It's drugs.
Okay. The short answer.
That's what it is.
It is drugs. And I hate that he looking just like Savannah in this picture right here. You your daddy daughter. Hey.
Right. Right.
But no, I don't think nothing about Stevie J doing this. It's giving real lame. It's giving drugs. That's the only thing that can explain it.
Okay. Well, let's move on, right? Because we're going to get to Zeus, okay? So this is kind of like a combo topic here. So first thing we have is this situation dealing with Andrew Caldwell and Zeus, okay? He decided to put out a statement regarding him wanting you guys to get your money back because he's not on the show, even though we see him on the show. So I'm just going to let him tell you guys what it is he had to say.
All right, you guys. So I'm requesting everyone to get their refund. I am not on the show. I am not on the show. So many people, so many of my supporters are inboxing me, telling me, congratulations, I'm happy you're in the show. I am not working with Zeus Network. I am not working with Zeus Network. I am not working with the Bad Boys Club. I am not on the show. If you have paid for anything, you might want to contact your bank and get your money back. Because I am not on the show at all. I need a moderator. Hold on, you guys. I'm not on the show. I cannot speak about what's going on right now. I will be speaking about it in the future because this is a legal matter. They released a trailer. They're using me to promote their show. They're using my image to promote their show. They're using my image to promote for views. They're using my videos to promote for you guys to subscribe. They're using it to promote me. They're using it to hurt my image. They're using it to use me. If you have purchased anything from Zeus Network, please contact your bank and get your money back. I am not on the show. I refuse to let my supporters sit back and just be lost. And I'm speaking on it right now. I am not on the show, okay? I am not working with Zeus Network, okay? I will be posting this live to all my supporters. Just know, I'm not on that show. I was never kicked off, none of that. There has been many things happen before they start filming, and I left. I cannot speak on it right now because this is legal matters. This is some serious stuff that happened, and it will be dealt with in the legal matters. Thank you guys so much for understanding. No one is not going to use my image to promote anything. No one is not going to use my likeness. Okay? Thank you guys so much for understanding. Pray for me. Keep me in prayers. I cannot believe this happened. I cannot believe this happened. I cannot believe they're doing this. Okay? Okay? Thank you guys so much for understanding.
Child, girl, we went around many circles.
Legals matters.
Networked.
Honey.
Child, promote. Girl.
You know what?
Because go ahead, niece.
I honestly don't feel right. Anytime I've seen a video of this man, I always just scroll by really fast because I feel like he had different test versions than everybody else in school. And I just don't feel right. Something to me is off unless he's acting. It's just comical to me because he's pulling an Ariana. I know damn well you don't think that Zeus number spiked up because of you. Now, I did say I was going to watch the show. I you remember in the DMs, I was like, damn, they got everybody on here, like every meme you can think of. But no, I already had Zeus because of the foolishness that was One More Chance in Joseline's Cabaret. So, yeah, no, he's sadly mistaken.
Hilarious.
I think because the fact that he went live and then said, I was there for a promo shoot. I left early. Well, you were there to shoot a show because the only way to get to the location was if you were booked for the show. So at the end of the day, and when Zeus went live, in response to his video, they're like, he was paid. He also sent in audition tapes to Natalie Nunn to be on the show. So allegedly something happened within the first couple of days, and that's why he left. And that's probably what's going to happen on episode 1.
So he was supposed to be on the show.
Yeah. That's how we see him in the promo. Because he was booked for the show. Because the fact that when the first preview dropped, and it was just like them all get out the car, walking up to whatever, he had no issue at that point in time. He didn't have an issue until the behind the scenes clip of him fussing with where the money reside guy went out and showed him cussing and fussing. That's when he had a issue. But I'm like, he's full of shit. And at the end of the day, sir, you on the show. You signed a contract. You was taken to the location. You just didn't stay the whole time. Because you can't say, I went for a promo and I was there, but I left early because something happened. The producer was being mean to me and I left. That don't mean that you were not booked for a show and they have content of you. If they paid you to be on the show and you left early, they're going to use whatever content they have because you left, but you got paid. So, girl, I'm going to watch it though and be laughing the whole time.
Period.
And he knew damn well the cameras was recording.
Exactly.
He was arguing with money reside. So I'm like, how is it that you just blindsided?
Because the cameras ain't invisible. They don't have small cameras, sir. So you knew you were being recorded. You just felt like once you left, whatever was recorded beforehand, before you left, wouldn't be used because you left. No, they're going to use all of that footage of whatever made you leave. You just had a contract.
Right. All right. Let's move on to some other contracts that was, I guess, signed. Miss Joseline Cabaret.
What's wrong with her?
Miss Joseline. It's these horrible ass lashes she got on. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is Joseline and her boo Ballistic and Amber, who's a part of her new show, Joseline's Cabaret. They had a reunion the other night, and it resulted in Joseline kicking people in the chest, fine girls, slapping women for absolutely no reason, just going all crazy, bro. Right? So she was kicking this young lady in the ribs more than one time. When the lady finally got a handle on her to knock her down, Ballistic, allegedly, according to Amber, reached out and pulled her hair and hit her and whatever else he did to her. Right? He put his hands on her, which was not warranted. Now, Zeus put out a statement first of all, before we get to Zeus, Gaia, it was Lexi Blow and Riri, pretty much all confirmed Amber's story. Riri even got kids. So it was a lot of things that was happening. Zeus came out with a statement about what that statement said, something about them not condoning violence and things, right? Stuff like that, when that's all that their shows on their channel
they wanted to call it bullying, Jamie. That's what took me out. They didn't want to say, they didn't say violence or abuse. They called it bullying.
And they don't do unprovoked attacks. I said
unprovoked attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get there, real quick, Joseline and Ballistic have dropped a statement saying that we are deeply saddened by the accusations made against our family at the Joseline's Cabaret reunion. We would like to thank our fans. Nobody cares about that. Joseline is the mother of a 5-year-old. We don't give a fuck about that. This woman be on this show and she be showing her ass and don't be giving a damn about her child. Stop trying to use that child, okay? And would never take any action to jeopardize her family. Why is y'all, what is this? Joseline Cabaret was created on the foundation of female empowerment. Where? Not when you over there throwing apples at Chanel. Where was I'm confused. One of our programs' core values is supporting women, not breaking them down. While we support Zeus Network in its message in condemning bullying, unprovoked, all this other stuff, we strongly disagree with the correlation between the themes. Whoever their attorney was or whatever that wrote this up. In a time when social media narratives easily get misconstrued, we believe our family's response is being silenced by the facilitated deletion of both Joseline's Instagram and Facebook accounts. Baby, bye. Because here's the thing for me, Mr. Ballistic. If y'all really felt the way, y'all could have came on your channel yesterday on your IG and did a live. Y'all could have got on YouTube and made a statement, but y'all didn't. Y'all got with y'all attorney or whoever y'all PR person is and wrote the best statement that you could, and then you decided to put that out here. And then the first thing that y'all lead with is that 5-year-old little girl, and she over there spinning around watching goddamn Diddy Bop or whatever else, and wondering how the hell did I get pulled into this? I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm over here eating my Cheerios, okay? The honey nut, okay? I'm over here eating these, and y'all over here trying to drag me into this bullshit. Matter of fact, speaking of the child, if y'all want to bring her up, let's talk about her apples that Joseline decided to take from her so she could throw over here at Chanel. Okay,
I was like, where you going with this?
That's the problem. They took that baby apples to throw them at Chanel. She just and then put her hands on Amber. Joseline was a bit out of control. Maybe she was frustrated, but let's stop trying to. Let's not. Go ahead, y'all.
It is. Literally, did y'all see how much she was swiping her nose in this last episode?
I did.
I was like, yeah, when she was standing behind, when she was throwing the apple and pushing Amber in the chest, she was leaning over the counter almost the entire time all the women were dancing. And then it was a scene where she sat up and went like that. I felt like she was doing something behind that counter, but ain't no telling. Anyway, it reminded me of that video when she said, you remember that video when she in the studio and she beating her?
That's what Amber said.
She mocked her.
That's what Amber said. She was mocking. She was mocking. That's what Joseline got mad because she was doing that.
Okay, we know what she was on. If I was Amber, sue her for the what? 5% that she got on Zeus. I don't care if Joseline is worth 300,000. Sue her for that. I think you have plenty of evidence. If you get a good old lawyer, go ahead and call Lisa Bloom to come represent you in order to sue her. Literally, we've seen evidence of last season. Ballistic looked like he was ready to put them paws on Big Lex. Yep. So we know what they about. We know exactly what they about because Ballistic was way too involved whenever Big Lex was just talking, cussing out Joseline. We seen Joseline throw a whole ass candelabra at Big Lex. But what I think is funny, not really funny, this is what I think is very telling. Joseline has a pimp mentality on this show. Whenever we saw her 2 episodes ago, she had to try to put Lollipop in her place to be like, I think Joseline thinks more highly of the light brights. She thinks more highly of the white girl. She thinks more highly of Lollipop, but she don't want them to get beside themselves to ever think that they're better than her. You also saw when she was quiet, whenever Amber was upset about Diamond saying the N-word on the show. she didn't say not a word. But then the same day, because y'all know every time we watch a Zeus episode, it's literally one day across 3 episodes. The same day, whenever you get upset with Amber, you hit her in the chest and you call her the N-word, which you know is triggering to her, especially from somebody who's not, 100% African. I don't even know if Joseline has claimed herself to be Black. I don't know. Puerto Rican princess, whatever.
Never seen her do it.
I haven't, which is why I feel like she didn't speak on Amber's behalf when it came to Diamond. So as comical as she is, this show it's abuse. We're gonna call it abuse. It is what it is. You cast a lot of women who have gone through the struggle life, and for whatever reason, they think that it's better to take this pimp mentality from another female who was once in the same position as them. The same way Stevie kept saying, I'm gonna send you back to the strip club. That's exactly what you're doing to these girls on Joseline's Cabaret, because we all know they really ain't doing shit. So I don't think I could watch another season of this shit. And Amber, you need a suit.
Well, yeah, Amber's got an attorney. She posted on her IG that she has attorneys now. And the weird part is like the statement from Zeus, the statement from Joseline and Ballistic was complete bullshit. Because Zeus putting out that statement makes sense as a business. We have to act like we really ain't about the bullshit or whatever. Our content is just raw and unedited. But Joseline and Ballistic making it seem as if they are trying to empower women, and that's what the brand. Bitch, you are lying. Don't lie in my face. And when I seen their statement, I got it. When I get home, I have to immediately go live just to get my frustration out on the bullshit. Don't lie to my face. And I said, if Joseline had even showed 50% more compassion for the women, we can at least say, well, she, sometimes she cared, but she never do. And I seen folks saying how Amber was always on bullshit and fighting or whatever. And I think people are confused in the fact of no one is saying if Joseline and Amber fought, that's horrible. If Ballistic put his hands in any way on that girl, that's fucked up. But not only that, Joseline was worse this season than last season, and that says a lot. She treated no one. I think she really feel like Joseline is still a whore. In her spirit, she is still a stripper whore who wants people to pay attention to her, and she'll do anything she can to stay in the limelight. Even if that means degrading women the same way she was degraded with Stevie J, she'll keep doing that shit. And I'm like, until folks stop watching her, she's gonna keep thinking she popping. So for her, listen, to make it seem as if, they didn't do it because we support women. Y'all never have. Ever. Because if Ballistic even supported Joseline as a woman, you wouldn't allow her to treat other women how she do. You have a 5-year-old daughter. You would never want someone to talk to her how you talk to these women. And I said before, hoes and prostitutes and strippers are still fucking people. That's just a profession. They still deserve some kind of respect, but at the same time, the women allow her to do that for the show. So that's their fucked up mentality. But Joseline, who's supposed to be the one who wants to empower them, should not want to degrade them at the same goddamn time. I would have been beat Joseline ass. So, that's on me. That's on me.
Big Lex was trying. They was trying,
right.
But they really should have. I was hearing that the ladies, if it's like a contract or something put in place where they can't touch her. But damn, that she could be disrespectful to y'all and do what she want to do, but can't nobody do it back. How that makes sense? Absolutely not. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on to our last topic of the day and round this up. I know we're a little over, so let's go ahead and move on. We have no more thoughts about Joseline's Cabaret. You all can leave your thoughts down in the comments below, okay? Let's go ahead and get into these two individuals of Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? Want to talk about them real quickly for those of you guys that do not know. This is Martell Holt and his mistress, Miss Ariane. I don't even know what's going on now that Martell's wife has divorced him. Is she still called a mistress girl, or now she's just a baby mama? Anyway, she took to her social media. We'll start with her first, where she put a statement out where she was just basically sending out a message to the ladies that may be going through a lot and may have even thought about unaliving themselves, right? So she put this message out, pretty much letting us know that she was also at that same place of unaliving herself at some point, and saying how the show is a lot, and how she wants the star to be the star, and the star happens to be Martell Holt's ex-wife, Melody Holt. She wants people to focus on her in the show and not on Miss Ariane. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much for the super chat, Carrie. Carrie says, I wonder if ballistic hits on Joseline. He was very aggressive with her on Marriage Boot Camp. He always seemed to have aggressive energy for women. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I would not be surprised is what I'll say. And shout out to Bondy. We miss you as well. Enjoy your vacation, girl. Enjoy your vacation, but we definitely miss you as well. Yes. Yes. So Miss Ariane, the thing for me is this, dear heart, with your statement. You really could have just, faded into the background and not had much to say. But now that you know that the show is coming up, you automatically, without even seeing the show, believe that it's primarily going to be about you. 99% of the show is going to be about you. And you led with this statement when you could have just not said anything at all. Right? I just feel like you was bothered by the show coming back around, talking about it makes you depressed and this, that, and the other. I think it only does that, honestly, because it's a reminder that you can't be up there. So I think that's probably what gets to you more than anything. You want to be a part of the show. And Carlos and Melody are not having it. Okay, so there's that. I want to hear you all's thoughts on Miss Girl and her statement about wanting to unalive herself because the show is too much and she ain't even on the show, which is also funny because she was just bragging back in January about how she's better, or something about being from Ohio, men like them better, and doing all this bragging and talking about linebackers and all this other stuff. But I guess two things can be true at once. You can be in a place where you're having a low moment that you want to take yourself out, and also bragging at the same time, child. But then we got Mr. Martell over here putting up messages all on his page because he hasn't been able to see his children for about 56 days, and he decided to air out Miss Melody, okay, calling her a liar in so many words, and also turning around and calling Heavenly fake. And y'all know he had been absent, so he decided to come out the woodworks as well right before the doggone show gets started. But I'll let you guys go ahead and hop in and let me know your thoughts about these two individuals here.
Mama, they fighting all over the net. Coleslaw saying she wants to go meet Jesus on her own accord. It's like she has never operated from a place of feeling like harming herself. And I say that because she has been boasting about being in the situation. And if this situation is what is causing you the most pain, most folks who are going through depression and mental health issues do not throw themselves into what's harming them. They usually try to avoid that because it's too painful to deal with. And the fact that she's using this to get attention aggravates me. We all know that anyone can be going through anything, and we can never judge a person, because we don't know. However, based on her own actions, her own interviews, her own lives, her own posts, her own antics for the past 3 years, it doesn't give. I have been feeling this way for 3 years and no one knew. And now, after I went and did a whole interview about fucking a lady husband, I need y'all to know I want to go meet Jesus on my own accord. It's like, no, ma'am. I feel like she always wanted to get attention to get herself on the show. And now she feel like nothing she's done is getting her on the show. And now she feel like I need some attention to be on me because the show is about to premiere. And I need some kind of attention. And I think it's an attention grab. I really do. No one wants her to go meet Jesus on her own accord. No one wants that. No one wants her feeling like, all is lost and it's better she's not here. No one feels that. However, you're not posting that to get help. You're posting that to get attention. And I hope if she was for real, that either Martell or Martell's mama or her own mama will go and get them kids from her. Because if you are brave enough to put on social media how you've been feeling this way, then someone should come get your kids until you feel better. If she at home still with her kids, then that means she's lying. Because the people around her should say, hey, something wrong, let's go help. And if no one has cared about her, then we know she's lying. She wants attention. But that's on her. And Martell is gonna always Martell. He's gonna post shit for attention to. He just as bad as Martell is just as bad too. Because he do shit because he wants to consistently fight with Mel. And if you ain't see your kids in 54 days, sir, that's on you. Because there's no reason that you should not have some kind of court order because you want to see your children. You allowed yourself to not see them for that long because you probably just didn't want to or couldn't afford to or was too busy. But to make it seem as if Mel is holding your kids from you is stupid because we've seen Mel not want to have that as the situation. We've seen Martell say because of his downfall, basically, how sometimes he can't do certain things with kids. So Martell missed me with the bullshit.
Yes, agree. Now let's start here. Love the way you put it. Nobody wants her to go do this. I feel like it will probably be damn near impossible to be Ariane and not at least consider sending yourself home. Probably can't even eat coleslaw anymore, based on the way that people have talked about you online. But like you said, she has a way of trying to create a likeness between herself and the show that's not necessarily there. I don't think anybody really had to know who you were. I feel like she's tried so hard to put herself in adjacency to the show because she likes attention. You're right. The show is about to drop. And that might be another reason why she's speaking out on it. Honestly, y'all, I think that this is all centered around Martell, to be real. I don't know if this is even necessarily just about the show. Because whenever she did that interview with Tasha K, she said something along the lines of like, no, we wouldn't be together right now, as if it was her call. Something tells me that whenever she got with Martell, she probably agreed to never do interviews, probably agreed to never speak out. She wants attention though. So for the sake of Martell, I feel like she's probably been laying low. But Martell probably ain't really fooling with her like that, which is step one, go to Tasha K. That's probably not working right now. So step two, what do you do next as the show is about to premiere? You start referencing your mental health challenges that you may have had. Who knows? But I really feel strongly that this is Martell. And as Jay Lee put it, Martell is gone Martell. So when it comes to him and Mel and these kids, I ain't got nothing for him. But as far as Ariane, I really think that this is, I'm not disputing that she ever thought about unaliving herself, but just the timing that you're mentioning things is very much given. It was worth it when I was messing around with you, and now it don't seem like it's worth it. So Martell, come prove that you want to be with me so it feels like it's worth it. You're not getting what you thought you were going to get. So I think she's unraveling.
All right.
Tink, tink.
Anything else? I think that's all that we have on Love and Marriage Huntsville and Miss Ariane on the side. Okay. That's all that we have at this time, honey. We thank you all so much for joining us tonight on the Ooh Ladies First panel. Please do not forget to go ahead and follow all of us, okay? Feel free to email us if you have any questions or anything like that at OohLadiesFirstPanel@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OohLadiesFirst. Also follow Bondy at Bondy Blue, Jay Lee at Jay Lee's Corner, Jamie at Jami ThatsMe, and Necey at Necey Dixon on all social media platforms, okay? Unified. All right. We thank you guys again so much for being here. Don't forget to like on your way out. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the videos, all that other great stuff. And we'll definitely catch you guys next week over on Jay Lee's channel. Okay. So peace out.